Sustainable development is known as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, as defined in the United Nations General Assembly, 1987. When I first came to App State to study sustainable development, I was so intrigued by the idea of conserving what we already have in the natural resources of our planet. But what I didn't realize was that you have to narrow down the broad and contextual definition of sustainable development before you can start solving the problem. And most people don't know what sustainable development even means.
Sustainable development, I don't have the best answer because I'm not too familiar with it, but I actually do know it has something to do with working with metals and all that. I think it has something to do with welding. I might be right or might be wrong.
Yeah, sustainable development means to shape our lives around the earth rather than shape the earth around ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
You want some free CBD?
I am all good.
Cool.
Thank you, though. So what does it mean? Hi, Erin.
Hi.
What do you think when you hear sustainable development?
I think about creating something, it's going to renew itself.
What are some good examples, specific examples of sustainable development on campus?
So I know for our dining hall, the uniforms are made from recycled material. We also donate any leftover food that we have to the Hunger Health Coalition. So it's a nonprofit in the Boone area. And some of our food is local as well. We're trying to get some local food into the dining halls.
In a recent SD workshop and open hearing that was held on campus, there was a problem that came up that's been resurfacing about how App State can advertise itself as sustainable, but really just do so to keep up appearances when we're not really doing anything to solve the real problems. So how can we solve the real problems, and what does making an impact look like?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is, community building in alternative ways that center quality of life. I center quality of life over just money, I guess. So communities like an off-grid community, I think in those communities what you see happening is that diversity of bringing in the arts, bringing in food and local food systems.
I guess when I think of sustainable development, and partly in the context of the department, we don't really need to develop in the sense of we need more infrastructure. We need really simpler or less impactful infrastructure. So just because I work in agriculture and food, would just be trying to get more regionally and locally produced food into the cafeteria, and have the college make decisions we're not going to buy CAFO raised meat.
A really good example is the Great Green Wall. So the Great Green Wall is a project across Africa, so within multiple countries. And the project's purpose is to prevent the spread of the Sahara Desert. And so what people are doing, what communities are doing at a very local level is going out and they're putting in gardens and agroforestry systems, literally greening the area, building up soil organic matter, and through this process there's job creation. Less people are leaving from those villages to migrate to European countries for work or other places for work. They're staying in their communities because they see hope through these projects that are not only increasing biodiversity and natural resources, but they're increasing food security, and they are bringing communities together. And the way that they're doing this is through different practices. So they're using some permaculture methods, but they're also using a lot of traditional knowledge and traditional practices that have existed for a really long time about how to farm, how to produce food in very arid environments. And so far it's been really effective, and I think it exemplifies what sustainable development